showtime.
Hey, Amir, how you doing?
Please subscribe to Sharonatsea channel. Thank you.
Good evening, Sharon.
Good evening.
How are you doing tonight?
I'm doing great.
Are you doing great?
I'm doing probably better than you because you look a little tired.
I am a little bit tired. I hope everyone out there is feeling good, feeling fabulous, feeling refreshed, and having a great Monday. It's awesome to be here. We weren't able to make it last week. It has been a wild last couple of weeks around here, to say the least. So thank you so much for that. We have been trying to get out all of our Sun Princess content. I have been traveling across the country by car, which was one of the most challenging things that we've done for a while.
Yeah.
And you have been helping to celebrate birthdays for some grandkids here, or something of that nature as well. So that's been kind of cool.
Yeah, actually this week, it's two of our grandsons' birthdays. Today is Maxwell's birthday. So
Hold on, the Maxwell that everyone out there knows and they see that they just saw in the video.
Yeah.
The one and only Maxwell today. What's he turning? 13, 14 today or what?
Oh, he is 9.
9 years old, that's it?
His birthday today. So we talked to him earlier. And then Thursday is our other grandson's birthday, Nicholas. And so we'll be seeing him on Thursday.
That's right. The word is that Maxwell might be watching now. So if you want to shout him out in the chat and say happy birthday, Maxwell, you can certainly do that. So that's kind of cool. But and I was just out in Los Angeles this weekend with Matthew for an amazing football game.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm wearing this shirt, because of the big victory we had. Oh, look, lots of comments coming in hot for Maxwell.
If it was a victory, you wouldn't be wearing that shirt.
Of course I would wear this shirt. I am a fan, true, Sharon. True, I'm a fan. I got a new monitor and everything's a little bit smaller, and I haven't made too many adjustments on it. So I'm trying to read some of the chat.
Everything is the monitor's bigger, I think, but the words are a lot smaller.
Yes. I did a little upgrading, but I haven't fine-tuned it yet. So if you see me doing one of these, that's just because I'm old and I'm blind and I'm trying to read the screen. I might have to go with these tonight. There it is. There's the screen right there. There you go. Let's see. Hold on. We got a question right out of the gate from Terry Gallant. Terry, how are you today? Thanks for the first question tonight. And by the way, if you have any questions, if you have any comments, anything that you want to know about, just put question before your question, so it'll hopefully stand out in the chat a little bit, and we can read that. And I don't know if you'll know the answer to this, but Terry said, have you seen the compensation or lack thereof for Adventure of the Seas? Royals giving money back for services not rendered, and they're only offering one-night hotel for a sailing delayed by 2 nights. Terry, that's the way the cookie crumbles with the cruising community, unfortunately.
Yeah, and I don't have anyone on that sailing, so I'm not familiar with exactly what they're doing for everyone. But that happens a lot. Sometimes cruise lines will compensate very well, and other times they're kind of lacking. Yes. And there's really not any rhyme or reason, because I know there was a sailing on a particular cruise line not long ago where a couple different sailings had gotten canceled, and 1 week they gave a lot more compensation than a couple of, I think it was like 3 or 4 weeks the other week. So sometimes it has to do with how close the cruise is to when you're affected, and sometimes it has to do with just the cruise line. Sometimes they're a little more generous than others.
Yeah, I think the more at fault they are, the more generous they will be, and usually it's just in the hopes of having less bad press, less bad PR. As a matter of fact, let's see what else we have out there. Well, let's see. I'm just getting over gastro. I'm not going to be too interactive. Hi to all. Much love from Newfoundland. Tammy, we hope you're feeling better. Thanks for sharing with us, and we hope that you and your gastro situation is 2 thumbs up here in the coming future. So thank you for letting us know.
Feel better soon, Tammy.
Larry Thomas coming in hot with a super chat. Hello, SASC family. How's everybody doing?
Hi, Larry.
We hope you had a great weekend. We sure did. We miss you all. Hope to see you soon. Let's keep cruising.
Larry, you and Elaine are doing great.
Yes, you guys have been rocking. You've been cruising everywhere. I think you started in Singapore. You ended in Long Beach not
Yeah.
too long ago. I don't even know where you are right now, but wherever it is, I'm sure that you and the sunrise are enjoying a cup of coffee together, and that's always a good time. We know that you're happy when that's going on. So thank you for popping in and saying hi. Julie Amos said, how can you come to California without stopping by and seeing her?
I wasn't there, Julie, so don't blame
you know
me.
what, Sharon?
I would
I
have
can't
stopped
believe
by.
you're just getting yourself off the hook like
I
that.
would have stopped by to see you.
Oh my gosh. Nancy is out there. I see Nautical Nurse Nancy. She says these commercials really think I need a whole body deodorant.
Oh no.
That is an insult,
Oh,
Nancy.
my
We know
God.
that you smell like a sweet, sweet pink flamingo.
They must be,
and I don't know what they're talking about.
Playing
That's an outrage.
some crazy, weird commercials.
Yes.
I have it on my phone right here just to see how many commercials come in. I don't know if less come in for us or more or the same, but
Yes.
so far I haven't seen any commercials.
There's been a lot of talk in a lot of the live streams that we see where commercials have gotten heavier. I mean, everyone's trying to make an extra buck. So that's the deal. I guess you can always do YouTube Premium and you pay a couple dollars, but I don't know. It depends on how much you use it and if it's
Yeah.
worth it to you. But, just give it 3 seconds, hit skip, and you'll be right back with us. So, yes, Beauty and the Bone Travel, this is live. And he says, and are you still speaking to my Bengal friends? Well, all right. So, luckily, the Bengal friends will probably not be on. Those guys are on a flight. But so Matthew and I did go out to Los Angeles. We at the start of the season, we got tickets for the big. It was a big Sunday afternoon Chargers game against the Bengals. And we have some friends, the Birds, Matt and Genus. A number of you know them. You've seen them in the chat for years. And I mentioned that we were going, and next thing you know, they said, "Yeah, we're gonna go. We're gonna come out there." I said, "You should come out." And they're like, "Boom, we're on our way." So that worked out great. We saw them. We tailgated all day in the parking lot. We went in to watch the game, but the Birds are big Bengals fans. So it was a little touch and go there. We knew one of us was going to come home sad, and I'm just glad that it wasn't me.
That was a crazy game at the end. I mean, I wasn't watching the whole game, but I was kind of following.
You
it
weren't
on
watching.
my
You weren't watching to see if
phone.
Matthew and I got on the jumbo cam in the stadium or something.
I was following it on my phone, and all of a sudden the Chargers were doing great the first half, and I was like, "Oh wow!" And Matthew had texted me, and I could tell you guys were all excited. And then all of a sudden, it was like I think the third quarter. I glanced at my phone again, and I looked at the score. I'm like, "Oh my God, what happened?"
It was very emotional. It was like a whole lifetime of emotions wrapped up into a 3-hour football game. But we had a blast, so that was very cool. And then and not to mention too much other personal stuff, but the last couple weeks I was out in Virginia visiting some family. I've got an aunt and an uncle that I was out there spending some quality time with. So I was doing that, and I drove out there for pure convenience of having a vehicle, getting there faster, and all that kind of stuff. And although
I don't know that you got there faster.
No, well,
a flight would have gotten you there faster.
A flight would have gotten me there faster, but I would have had to wait. Like the flight that I would have taken would have been like a week later.
Take Ubers everywhere and stuff, and that would have just been a pain.
So I will tell you this: if you get a chance to drive across the country, do it. I mean, I went by myself, but it's a great time to see, what else is going on in other parts of the U.S. And I mean, it was a little bit boring because most of it was just on the 40 freeway doing about 85 miles an hour, 80 miles an hour. But it was still fun, and you just get to clear your head, clear your thoughts. I spent most of my time thinking about Sharon, how much I loved her and I missed her. Is that the right thing? Did I say the right thing?
Oh my gosh.
No, and so it was just, I don't know, it was kind of cool. I like to drive. I don't know, are you guys drivers? Do you like to drive somewhere? Even like when we go to the port, I love to drive to the port, even if it's like this 6-hour drive or something like that.
Jamie likes to drive everywhere. He loves to drive. I like to fly everywhere because I like to get there faster, and driving a lot like that with all the crazy drivers out there and everything, like sometimes I get more anxious just sitting in the car driving on some of the busy freeways.
Yes.
Whereas I'd rather just get in a plane and relax.
Yes.
But I know a lot of people are terrified of getting on a plane too.
Yes.
But I actually enjoy when we do drive sometimes though, because we do get to see things. I feel like the last couple times when we've taken a road trip, though, we've always been in a hurry, so every time we stopped, it was really quick stops. So I would like to drive somewhere and
just have all the time in the world.
Stop longer
That would be
and
awesome.
see more things.
Maybe
we'll
awesome.
do that this summer. We might have time for that this summer.
All right, we can definitely look at that. Let's see. Wolf says, when's your next group cruise? I want to cruise with the four of you, John and Diamond, and you two. Well, dang. Okay. Well, and I don't know when I don't know when we're cruising with John and Diamond again. But just keep an eye out on those cruises. And I'm sure there'll be times, message them, go on their YouTube channel, check them out, and get their schedule and see when it's all coming together. Our next group cruise is New Year's Eve.
Yeah, this
coming
New
up
Year's
in a
Eve.
couple of weeks. We'll be heading out to the West Coast. Speaking of driving, another 6-hour drive, and
Yeah.
and so we'll be going out there to get on the NCL Joy for a 7-day cruise to bring in 2025. It's going to be, Sharon, what's it going to be? It's going to be off the chisel. It's going to be off the chisel.
Yeah, I think so.
So that is our next group cruise, and I think if you go to sharonatsea.com, you can find more information about group cruises, or you can always hang on a second. I got to tell people what they can do here.
Well, they're
'Cause
all
all they have
listed
to do-
there. If you go there and you click on groups at the top, all of our group cruises are there.
Yes. And if you need more information, contact Sharon at sharonatsea@gmail.com. There it is, right there on the screen. Shoot her an email to book a cruise, to find out more information about her group cruises or anything else going on like that. So you can shout her out right there, send her a message. And by the way, while I'm just being a little promotional guy, guys, remember, do us a favor. If you're doing some Amazon shopping for the holiday, if you've got something coming on, please jump on to amazon.com/shop/Sharon at Sea, and you will find this little page right there with Sharon sitting on a swing. I think that was on Little Stir or Great Stir.
No.
Where was that? I thought that was on NCL's island. No?
No.
Okay, well, that was somewhere on a cruise. I know that much. Maybe that was Mr. Sancho's or something.
I think it was Cozumel.
Okay, that might have been Cosmo,
so.
but you'll find Sharon there. She's got all of her cruise essentials and anything else, and it's always appreciated. So amazon.com/shop/Sharon at Sea.
Oh, you
and
know
you
what?
can go check her out.
I
there.
just saw that the air tags last week. They were actually, I saw them on sale for like $69 before. They're usually like,
Ooh, okay.
but then they went back up to $79, and I don't know what they are right now, but
We'll
they
keep an eye out
were.
for 'em. Keep an eye out for the
those usually
sweet,
don't
sweet
go down.
deals. All right, let me jump back into the chat, see what else is going on there. Wendy Johnson says, I saw you drive by and my head spun so fast. I'm sorry about that, Wendy. Hope you didn't hurt yourself. I see the Shafkins out there. What's up, Bonnavies Vacations? Hello, hello. Premium, no commercials. It's worth it, Bonnavies says. Okay, we'll do it. Crazy Cat Traveler said, once I got ads for Depends and Medicare in the same video. But not sure what age they think I am. You are definitely not old enough for either one of those, I don't think. Although, it's funny you mentioned the Depends would come in handy on a long drive. Just saying. They would come in handy. Or if you're at a concert or a 3-hour football game, slamming back beers. I got to remember that next time as well. Let's see. What else do we have?
Remind me to stay home when that time then.
Terry's got another question. As a TA, can you tell me how much the gap between cruise vacations and land-based vacations has reduced? Cruise prices have soared in the last few years.
Oh, hang on. Wait.
Okay, let me say it again. Well, I don't know. Sharon, you don't do a lot of land-based vacations.
I don't anymore. I did a lot during the pandemic when people started traveling again and cruises weren't back up. People that are kind of cruisers seem to be they just want to cruise, and
Yes.
then there's a whole nother set of people that do kind of like that, like to take land vacations that aren't big cruisers. But I kind of stick to cruising right now, mainly because I do so much of it that if you do a high volume, and you do both, it takes up a lot of time. It actually takes up more time doing a land vacation because there's just a lot more involved in it. But as far as if you're talking about price wise, land vacations are going up too. I mean, it probably depends on where you're going. Some destinations, they've gone up quite a bit, and there are some where you can still get a decent deal once in a while, depending on what type of place you're looking to stay at or go.
Totally.
All inclusives are always going to be higher, of course, but land vacations are up. I did price something probably like 3 weeks ago for someone, and I was surprised. I'm like, wow, that's more than a cruise. And
well, we've always found that cruising still seems to be a cheaper way of travel and vacationing because of the all-inclusiveness of so much stuff. Room and board, food, on the right cruise line, maybe you can include drinks,
and
specialty dining, stuff like that.
If it's a nice place, but it's not all-inclusive, then you're really going to spend a lot because eating all of your meals out, that really adds up a lot.
The ship show says someone needs a throat lozenge. Am I a little groggy? I was doing a lot of screaming and yelling the last 24 hours. There was a lot of woo, a lot of that.
Yeah.
So that could be the case.
Yeah.
Thanks for noticing. I appreciate that. Let me keep on
Last
chugging
night,
water.
when Matthew called, it's like his voice was.
Yeah, he was. Oh God, he was out of control. He was 10 times worse than me. You should see the kid. Beth Ollinger said it was a great weekend of football. It was, Beth, and congratulations on their boy. You guys having your son come back in from being out. I don't know how long he was out to sea there in the military. So thank you for that. Yeah. Thank you for his service, and we can't wait to see you guys again. You and Doug. The amber waves of grain. That's what I was looking for as I drove across the country, Kevin Brubaker. You're exactly right. I was looking for the amber waves and I couldn't find them. All right, hold on. Let me just jump ahead in the chat a little bit. Let's see. Let me see. What else? John from the Ship Show says, I hate driving every minute of it. I know you don't like it. I'm cool. I like driving. I can do it. Let's see. Jose Lara says Chargers win, Chiefs lose, Cardinals didn't lose. Good weekend. That is good.
Oh yeah, I noticed the Chiefs lost, so
that's good for us.
Good.
Tess says, Jamie, I'm sure you drove within 2 miles of my house and didn't even stop for coffee. Tess, I did not. I might have bought a coffee there. I used the restroom along the way in Arkansas, and I was joking to myself, saying I got to let Tess know that I went potty in her state. So that's the mindset I had on that drive. Very immature. I'm sorry about that.
Well, he drove long. You stayed 2 nights along the road both times, like at a hotel.
I did.
But
so it's 30.
You drove like 13 hours a day.
Well, it's 35 hours of drive time from here to Virginia, which is where I was. I went to Portsmouth, Virginia, kind of like we're Norfolk, basically right on the coast, and it was 35 hours of driving. So on the way there, I did like 15 hours on day 1, and then down to about 13 hours on day 2, and then the rest of it on day 3. But coming back, I switched it up, and one cool thing I did as a football fan was the previous weekend, the Chargers were playing the Tennessee Titans, and I was driving through Tennessee to get home, so I stopped and I watched the Chargers play the Tennessee Titans in a Tennessee sports bar. I don't know why, I just thought that would be cool. Yeah. It wasn't really the experience that I thought it was going to be, but I enjoyed it.
And then you had to drive those 2 long days out.
And then I had 2 very long days, yeah.
Because that was a short day.
Yeah. So the last day was the long day, but I didn't get home too late, so it worked out okay. It was okay, and the car made it, so that's what's important. Debbie Shafton says, "Oh, Jamie, you're so romantic." I'm called a lot of things, but romantic isn't always one of them. So thank you for that. I appreciate it. America. Are you going to just put the whole song in there, Kevin? Because we'll sing it together if you want. Was Kentucky part of the route? If so, were you able to go to Buffalo Trace? My Sharina, it wasn't a part of the route. I wish that it was. There was a moment where I thought about heading up to St. Louis and seeing my friend Larry, but I thought that would probably delay my trip by many, many extra hours and make a day of driving very tough. Tim Campbell says 68 days cruising on Horizon, Jamaica, Grand Cayman, and Cozumel. That'll be awesome. You will love the Horizon. It is a great ship. Heidi Leskin says, I love to drive, especially if we're in the Challenger. My husband calls me Speed Racer, and so does our son. Well, and I'll tell you what, Sharon, no tickets. No tickets this time. I got on the cruise control about 5 miles over the speed limit, and it was all good. Let's see. From North to Neverland. What's going on? Nice to see you. Hello. We like to drive versus fly to Florida. It's such an adventure. Coming down from Toronto, holy cow, saved us a fortune when the kids were little versus paying for 5 plane tickets. And it lets us afford to travel.
Yeah,
that makes
flights
sense.
are crazy high now, too. It's really hard to find a reasonable flight these days.
Yes.
So not only when you do book your travel, besides the travel, then it's almost like just as much just to fly to get to your travel.
Mm-hmm. That's right. Daniel Field says, looking at a Princess Star sailing from Los Angeles in 2027. Is that too far out? Well, I don't know. No. Too far out for what?
Yeah. No. And I would say
too far out to invite us to go. We'll go.
Book the cruises out as far as you can, because right now you're going to get probably the prices are just going to keep going up. And so if you book them now, it's probably going to be at the lowest price. I don't see prices really going down in the future unless something crazy happens. And then you can always get a price, if the price drops, the cruise line will adjust your price. So
there you go.
I would say book it as soon as they come out. In fact, there used to be Black Friday sales every year, decent ones. And now this year, they're really, I haven't seen any good Black Friday sales. All the sales that the cruise lines have been advertising already, they're the same price as they were a few weeks ago. They're just reworded differently. So like they'll say, like Royal's saying save so much money, like what is it? Up to $750 and this and that. 60% off the second guest, I think is what that one is. Some others are like second guest is free, or they're 70% off this and that. But then when you look at the same cruise from a few weeks ago, the price is the same. And sometimes it's even a little more. It's just, they just word it differently. Like instead of maybe
those marketing people.
Yeah. Instead of 70% off the second guest, it's maybe 35% off the whole sailing or something like that. But it's, if you do the math, if you really think about it, it's really no different. In fact, I priced a cruise that we booked a couple months ago, and with this big cyber sale the cruise line was having, it's actually more now than it was.
That's an outrage.
So
that is an outrage. The cruise lines. What do you?
It's
well, they must be making money because their stocks are through the roof right now.
Yeah. Well, people are paying to cruise. People love to cruise.
Yes.
They're paying the prices, so they're just going to keep going up.
There you go. Dina Hooper said, "I'm going on NCL Joy next year." Wait, what? Are you going from this year to next year? Because that's what we're doing. 2024 and 2025, 2 years of one cruise. That's the way to do it. Bill Lee said he once drove from San Diego to West Palm Beach in 40 hours.
Wow.
Bill, I know you're telling the truth because that's about exactly how long it would take to drive. I bet you were exhausted at the end of that, bud. Let's see. Nancy said, yes, isn't that a swing at Mr. Sancho's?
Yeah.
I think it might be.
Yeah.
I think it might be.
I'm pretty sure that's where it was.
So, Tweety, what's going on? Lovely to see you, Hillary. How are you tonight? So, Tweety says, I want to know why Princess knew you well enough to upgrade you to Premier, but they didn't know enough to pay attention to your specialty dining. You know what? All right. So, we wanted to stop with the pile on with the princess. We had a great time on our princess cruise, but there were a few things that went way haywire. And now we've put out some of the videos over the last couple weeks. And at the time of making the videos, we didn't really talk all about any of the negativity because it just wasn't something we wanted to do in the video. And it was only after the fact, really, that you can kind of think about how it all went.
If we had been on that cruise line before and really familiar with everything, then and those things went wrong, we would be like, oh my God, I can't believe this. And in the moment, but we were kind of all like, this is so strange, or, we were just kind of like, wow, like we were just kind of, everything was, the cruise line was new, the way they did things was new to us. So it was just, we were just kind of taking it all in, and we kind of thought a lot more about it after it happened, and not really when we were actually making the video. But
and I know the last time we went live, every time we go live, we're like, okay, anything special you want to talk about tonight? And I said, well, we can talk a little bit more about the our princess experience. And Sharon's like, well, we talked about that a lot. I don't want to go on there and bash anymore. I guess the only funny thing is all the comments that we get afterwards from all the princess cruisers, and we love the comments, so thank you for all of them. But a lot of people saying, yeah, that's not the norm, and we get it. That's not the norm. Our experiences. And even so, Tweety said, "Yeah, that's not the thing that'll usually happen."
And we plan to go on another princess cruise, like we said, and it didn't make us not want to go on a princess cruise. We had besides the specialty dining instances, and I know that's just because the ship was new here. They did some venue changes, restaurant changes, cruise changes, and things like that. I mean, I know why it happened. It was just crazy the way it did happen.
Yes.
And so but the ship is beautiful. We had a great time. So we'll definitely be back.
The only two things that still get me a little wound up is when we're still dealing with the people with the allergy comments. where people, we talked about that we didn't get asked about allergies once anywhere, and we always do on
I
every
know.
cruise, every cruise line. And people kept saying, "Oh, well, that's because it's in the app.
Well, and
They know everything
yeah.
that's in the app." And I'm like, hold on a second. Some people didn't know what a Miller Lite was. So you're asking me to trust that person to know exactly what my allergies might be. And there were a lot of other situations that they may have had focus on other things besides allergies. So, so that's
I mean,
one thing.
I guess allergies can just be a big thing. That's why
We don't have allergies. We just thought it was weird that no one was asking. And the other thing was, you had some service issues, but that's because they changed over a lot of their staff after their long, European cruise. And I'm like, whoa. That is not an acceptable thing. Just because they change over their staff doesn't mean that every specialty dining meal is going to go to hell in a handbasket because of that. I mean, that's
and
not
we didn't even notice. We didn't notice the allergy thing until we were probably about 3/4 of the way through the cruise, and then we noticed it. But it's just funny because even though we don't have allergies on other cruise lines, we get asked so many times if we do have allergies, to the point where it's almost annoying sometimes, that they ask you so much, and then we're
like, no,
and they didn't ask us at all. So it was just so.
We're like, bring us the gluten and the nuts. We'll take it all. Listen, we just went to Bubba's, a brand new restaurant down here, right down the road, and they just opened 2 weeks ago, and we went in there with very low expectations. I figured we'd be waiting a long time for food.
Yeah.
The service would be mediocre at best. Brand new restaurant, they're getting out all the kinks, and we had that was one of the best experiences we had at any kind of restaurant.
And actually,
Bubba's 33. Do you have one?
And I actually had the best mango margarita in my entire life at Bubba's the other night. It was the best mango margarita, and it had little chunks of real mango in it, and it was only $5.
There you go.
It wasn't even expensive.
That's right. That is right. Joseph Cicato, what's going on? How are you doing? Joseph, listen, I was thinking about you, buddy, because I was talking to Matthew about Keenan Allen and how things are going for him over there in Chicago, and wondering if maybe he would have sat tight in LA. We were on the cruise on the Icon, and Joe Cicato was the one who said, "Hey, did you hear about Keenan Allen going to the Bears?" Broke my heart right there in the middle of the cruise. I had to step away and cry for about 10 minutes. It was very emotional.
Janelle Chu said, "Oh, what is the dress code for clothing in the specialty restaurants on Sun Princess?" They're basically just, it wasn't really formal. You could just dress casual.
Yeah, if it's a form, I guess they had a formal night on the ship. There was one night I dressed a little nicer when we went to the grill on that first night.
But yeah, men can be pretty casual.
Khakis, collared shirt, whatever. A polo shirt's fine.
I saw
shirt,
jeans.
Button shirt.
I saw women in jeans. I saw
saw me in jeans.
Sundresses. So just a variety of just kind of like a nice casual.
Not for nothing, I was rocking a very nice pair of Skechers. They were slip-on Skechers, but they were not just the sneaker type. They were more of a dress-looking shoe. They even had a little piece of a leather part in the back. But I rocked Skechers in the specialty dining, and that's just how I roll.
Oh my gosh, Skechers!
So make sure you got your Skechers.
Specialty dining look.
Yes, Jimmy's Skechers. Get it, get them at a store near you today. Let's see. I'm just wondering, does Jamie pick people up at their home and take them to the port, like from Chicagoland area to New York? No, unfortunately, Kevin, that is not a regular service I provide. But, listen, everyone has their price and negotiations can happen. And cash is king, just so you know. Charles Hahn said, hopefully offensive lineman. Oh, he's replying to Brubaker. Yes, Tess said definitely land vacations are going up, judging by hotel rates, restaurant prices, and all that.
Yeah.
So, we'll see how all that.
Yeah, restaurant prices. Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Yes. Question: any update on the Regal Princess? Kathy Curry, I don't know. I'm not in the loop. Are you in the loop on something?
It is back. Just started sailing again.
What is today?
This
I have no
weekend.
idea what the date is.
This weekend. It just started sailing, I guess yesterday, I believe it was.
Okay.
Yeah, it was out for, I think, three sailings. Yeah, had some mechanical issues.
So Tweety says that they should have known it was your first experience and been at the top of their game, I'm shocked. And you did not overreact. Well, first off, we didn't overreact. And I appreciate you even saying that, because that's really how we are. We did get a lot of comments of people saying, you should have said this, you should have said that. But, you know, for my money, once something goes wrong, it is what it is, right? I mean, I'm not going to complain about it. I can't, you know, I didn't bring my Sharonatsea travel time machine to go back in time and do it all over again. So I'm just like, hey, it is what it is, right? Whether it was the weird wait at Rudy's waiting for the food to finally get there, and then you getting your food and my fish being in eyesight. I mean, I guess I could have just got up and gone to get my plate.
It's kind of funny,
but I didn't know how to debone it.
When we were sitting there and we were looking over there and seeing your plate across the room and all that, in a weird way, we were kind of sitting there to ourselves and we were almost laughing. We're like we couldn't believe it, you know. So we were just kind of like making fun of the situation, I guess.
I'm telling Sharon, I'm like, okay, a girl just came out with our food, but
so
she put it over there.
Let's see where it's going next.
And
So
Sharon's like, well, how do you know that's our food? I go, no, that's our food. It's the surf and turf, and it's a fish. And that's what we got. And there weren't enough people around to say that somebody else had the exact
and then
same
a few
thing.
minutes later, you're like, now our.
Yeah, I was giving her the play-by-play.
My back was to the situation back there, and then and you're like, oh, now it's over here, and so we just kind of had fun with it, and
Well, and
hey,
for people watching that video, they didn't even get the full effect of what was going on. Only if you maybe watched like our things we didn't like or likes and dislikes type of video would you have known really what we were talking about in detail.
Yeah,
So,
and we'll put stuff sometimes in the video, like if stuff is really good or something goes wrong a little bit, but it's we never have a bad time. We always just kind of have fun with it, or we don't let it bother us. We move on to something else, and we always have a good time.
Northton Neverland said, yeah, we priced the cruise during the sale and it went up by $25.
Yeah, same.
Right? It's crazy, isn't it? Jamie Wallite, hello. How are you doing, dear? Jamie says, does Carnival ever have the soda package on sale?
Carnival,
not really.
I'll say one time, and this was pre-pandemic, a few years
back. You're going way back, aren't you?
And I think it was not too long after they started the Cheers program thing. They had a little bit of a was a 10% or something off the Cheers, and then there was some. It wasn't the pandemic. For some reason, some sailings got canceled, so they gave. I remember we got that credit to use on another Cheers package on another sailing. But that was the only time I ever saw anything like that, and I've never seen a discount on the soda package. And usually, like Black Friday or other times when they have sales, it's usually like 10% or something off a spa service, or maybe an excursion on some cruise lines. Carnival doesn't usually do excursions, but it's mostly the spa, I think, with Carnival.
Yeah,
I've never seen it on the drink package and things. Now Royal will do drink package discounts and things, but theirs is really highly priced to begin with. So when
theirs will fluctuate.
When they do a sale, it's just bringing it down to a little bit better price.
Yeah,
it's still expensive.
But then you can buy it at a discount, and then it'll go up, and you're like, oh, I got a great deal. And then 3 weeks later, it'll go down below the discount that you paid. And you're like, damn it. Sue O'Connor has a comment that'll make you feel really good. Sue says, I love the picture behind you.
Oh,
very nice.
Thank you, Sue.
You painted that yourself, didn't you, Sharon?
Well,
at a class on a cruise ship?
I did pick it out myself.
You picked it out yourself online.
I just liked it because I thought it looked it's just bright and cheery, and it had the beach, and it
gives that beachy feel.
It just was a good picture that gives you a good feeling.
Very nice comment, Sue. Thank you. You just made Sharon's evening. Wendy Johnson says, hey, I'm on the Joy for New Year's. What a coincidence. I had no idea the tonsils. Oh my God. Are you bringing Roger on that one, or are you leaving him home? I just wasn't sure. I need to know if he and I will be hanging out in Mazatlan after a day of activities. You remember what happened the last time we had Mazatlan?
Oh,
right?
yeah.
Woo, man. Mexico just brings the best out of me. Howie Cruz in the house. What's going on? Brian, Julie, how the heck are you? The kids are finally down. Hello. Brian said Julie was feeling a little under the weather. I think things got a little crazy I think they were all like at the Jets game or something. And I think she got a little crazy. Yeah, she wasn't happy about the outcome of the Jets game. And I think she might have thrown back a few too many beverages. I'm not 100% sure. Actually, I'm just totally making stuff up. But good to see you guys. And by the way, let's just remind everyone a few things. Somebody mentioned about what group cruises do you have coming up. Guys, keep in mind the 9-day Greek Isle from Rome to Istanbul, 2026, May 27 to June 5. It's going to be hot fire. Tons of people have booked it already. So that's going to be great on Norwegian Viva. A very good ship for that, I believe. The weather's going to be great. Lots of great outdoor spaces. So make sure that you check that out. And by the way, there is still room for the Family and Friends Fun for All Ages cruise, where we are teaming up with Brian, Julie, and the whole family from How We Cruise. And we're going on the Carnival Sunrise, July 12 to 17, 2025. We're going to have a lot of fun. And this one's open. Hey, if you have kids, teens, grandmas, whatever, the whole family, bring them. We're just going to have a lot of fun. And sure, we'll have some adult time. But there's also going to be fun for all ages. So that's going to be hot fire as well. Sharon, you got a little something going on with Nancy. What's that called again?
That is our second girls cruise, and it's going to be a lot of fun. No, it may be more fun than the first one.
You think so?
Yeah.
Is it Girls Just Want to Have Fun, or is it called Girls Just Want to Have More Fun?
Well, we kind of changed to Girls Just Want to Have. I think we did. Didn't we, Nancy? More fun, but it's our second one, so of course it's going to be more fun. It's going to be. And
of course the joke is that's going to be on the Carnival Freedom as long as it's not on fire that week.
Yeah, we're going to set that thing.
Well, on fire 2 times.
I shouldn't say that. I'm not going to say that.
You're going to be setting the fires on that cruise ship.
I'm not going to say that. We'll get blamed for something.
That is a fabulous comment right there. Somebody please make that, John, if you would, make sure that you take that. So you got that going on. That's going to be awesome. October 16th to the 20th. Go party with Nancy, Sharon, and all the ladies.
Have a lot of fun.
It's going to be hot fire.
And there's 2 just private island.
Yes, including Celebration Key. If you're looking forward to that new Carnival place, it's going to be Half Moon Cay, Celebration Key. There's going to be a lot of beach time, a lot of partying. A lot of fun. Carnival Elation, April 28th, 2025. That's going to be awesome from Jacksonville. If you're tired of all these new big cruise ships and you're done with these overstuffed, bloated, super cruise liners, come back to the old days. Our first cruise ever, Carnival Elation. That's what it was for us, and we're going to go back on that bad boy.
Yeah.
And
I'm actually looking forward to that old ship on the Elation. I don't know.
Yes. And of course, this one's coming around the corner, and then and next year, 2025 on the new Norwegian Aqua. So that's just a quick look. If you're not familiar, I saw a couple new names out there in the chat. So if you want more information, contact Sharon at sharonatsea@gmail.com. I know I'm a promotional, fiend tonight, but I just got to get the word out because we haven't seen everybody in a minute. We want to make sure everybody knows what's going on. Let's see what else do we have in the chat. I'm trying to read it. I don't have my glasses. I don't want to miss anything. Steve Morales is there. What's up, Steve? Hi to you and Ruth. Hope all is well in the Great Pacific Northwest. He says sorry he's late. Don't worry, Steve. You are forgiven, so that's no worry at all. Let me jump forward a little bit in the chat here. I know we're a couple minutes behind. 7. Okay, I'm like 10, 12 minutes behind. Some food allergies are serious. I agree. It's important to ask. That is right, Crazy Cat Traveler. How was Bubba's 33? It was freaking fantastic.
Yeah, it was really good. I can't wait to go back there.
Yes, I'm excited. Carnival remembered my allergy for every night and made suggestions as well. Oh, that's very nice, Beth. That is very good. Question. Okay, we got that one. You got the question for Janelle, I think, about the dress code. So we nailed that one down. Where in Arizona is the Bubba's? My Serena, it's right here. It's right here. It's right here. It's right down the road from our house. Right here in Goodyear.
It's right off the freeway.
And on the way back from Virginia, I stopped at a Buc-ee's because I wanted to get some beaver nuggets to get the kids here excited again. And Callie, because she's never had some, and I had to get some treats to bring home.
Before.
Are you sure?
Yeah, we went to Buc-ee's in Texas, all 4 of us before. Remember, that's when I got.
Oh, okay, that was a long time ago.
That's when we got the big huge pack of fudge, and we went back there, and Callie and I just ate the whole thing, and we felt sick after because. Well,
I wanted to make sure we had some treats to get excited, and while I was checking out, I was talking to the lady, and I go, "Yeah, I'm driving, from Virginia back home to Arizona," And the lady at the register goes, "Oh yeah, I think we have a store open up in Arizona soon." I'm like, "Yeah, you do, and it's less than a mile from my house."
Yeah.
And I was saying we're super excited, and she said, "Well, I hope you're excited for the traffic
Yeah.
that it's going to bring."
It's actually going to be, well, Bubba's is on one side of the freeway. There's the freeway on-ramp, and right on the other side of the freeway across the street is going to be Buc-ee's. So they're both right.
Yes.
There's all kinds of stuff going on.
And Janelle, yes, Skechers men's shorts. I would wear Skechers brand men's shorts, or I wear Skechers with men's shorts. Either one, I'm good. Shana Reed said, "Ooh, mango margarita sounds good. $5 is a steal."
Yeah,
Oh my God,
yeah.
it is.
I really didn't know how much it cost because I didn't look at the prices on the menu. But when we got the bill, I noticed it was $5. I was like, "Wow."
Because that's like an all day, every day special they got. Jamie Woolhite, amazing comment. Bubba's 33 for an AZ meetup.
Oh, it's funny. We talked about that when we were there. We
You
said,
did.
and we were like, I don't know. We kind of looked around because it was really busy the night we went, and we're like, I wonder if this would be a good place. How, because of the way it's set up with the tables, there's not a lot of really like space for a big group almost.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. We could maybe go inquire there and see what we could plan. But that would be a great place.
That would be fabulous. Let's see what I saw. One Johnny Cruiser said they make T-shirts that are printed like a tux now. Perfect tuxedo T-shirt. That's acceptable. That is my type of T-shirt. Howie Cruz says we can't wait to try Princess. Yes, we can't wait to try it again. So many people said that was not even like cruisers who were enjoying the cruise ship. And traditional Princess cruisers said, yeah, this ship was just not the traditional Princess vibe. Yeah, I guess you could say. So
I want to go on a little bit older Princess ship.
That's right. That is right. Let's see. Weird as the Chargers back in LA. You're right about that, Steve. You're right about that. We want, after the victory, Matthew and I wanted to sing San Diego Superchargers, but it doesn't have the same feel anymore. They had to wait for the Pro Deboner to be available. You're right, Tess. We did need a Pro Deboner, and you can insert your own deboner jokes here, folks. Whatever ones you want. I'm going to stay away from them so we don't get demonetized. But you are absolutely right. Absolutely right. The Pro Deboner. That's exactly what they call them, as a matter of fact. Shana said it's a stunning, happy picture. I wonder, based off your first sailing, how do you with Princess? How do you rate it against Carnival? It's too early to tell.
Yeah, and and the thing is, that's just one ship on Princess, and we've been on, except for maybe two of the Venezia and the Jubilee. Yeah. And the Paradise. I think we've been on every other Carnival ship. So it's like you can't, and all the ships are different, so you can't really compare one ship.
I guess if you're being honest, if we're strictly comparing it, we're being honest. Carnival has blown it away, and the funny thing is they're all the same parent company, right? But we really love that whole medallion thing. Like, it was our first time experiencing it, and it was super cool. Medallion. And it was great. And then you wonder why other companies don't do it.
You didn't think you would like it.
I wasn't going to be a fan of it at first. I wasn't sure if I would like it. But I really, really liked it. Yeah. Steve Morales says Sky Harbor brings the best out of you, man. Thank you, Steve, for remembering that. I appreciate that. Luckily, probably half of the people in the chat probably don't know the Sky Harbor reference. And let's keep it that way. That's the secret for all the old time folks. Let's see. I'm betting we still don't have a tail on the girls' cruise. No tail, said Tess. Yeah. We'll see what happens.
That's okay.
Kim Rubricker said, don't forget the Coop Cruise. Aha, yes, there is a Coop Cruise. There is always a Coop Cruise.
And Crazy Cat Traveler said, oh, will there be a girls' cruise 3? There might be. Let's wait till we get through 2, and then Nancy and I will talk and see. Maybe there'll be a 3. We'll see.
That's right. Diane Carlson said, video keeps buffering. Diane, I don't have any buffering over here, so it could just be on your end. Maybe you close it out and then open it back up again and refresh the screen. And if you guys don't know this, if you ever watch us and we're looking a little fuzzy and the picture's not particularly clear, make sure that you click on your settings on the video and make sure that you choose a higher resolution. Like, sometimes it'll default to like 360 or 480p, which is a lower quality video. But if you hit 780p or even 1080p if you have that available, then you might see a crisper, cleaner picture. You just have to have pretty decent internet for that to come in. Otherwise, it'll just default to the other one, if your internet isn't that awesome for streaming. So that's just my tip of the day. I hope you appreciate that. And that goes for any videos and any live streams you're watching on YouTube.
Amy Elke said, hello. Oh, great to know about Bubba's 33. We will check it out.
Oh, yes, it was.
Yeah, you're
Amy, it's great to
probably
know
not too far from it.
that you and Sexy Hair, your hubby, made fabulous Bug-October videos. But congratulations on those, and we can't wait to see you guys again. Let's see.
Oh, Joe Cicato said, when is the men's booze cruise coming? I don't know. Jamie,
stay tuned.
Get it together and figure it out.
Might be a big holiday announcement coming up.
Yeah,
just so you know.
it will be in 2026. We know that.
That's
but,
right.
What month and what ship? Maybe I don't know. Figure it out.
We'll see what
maybe
happens.
Jamie will have some news soon.
Keep your ear to the grindstone, and we'll see what happens. Tam says, can't wait for 11 free cruises, suites in the balcony with free drinks everywhere after one cruise playing in the casino.
Wow.
It could happen. It could happen. We are yet to be offered anything from Princess for our casino play.
Well, we didn't really.
We didn't do a lot of it. Yes, it wasn't as much as we usually would. That's for sure.
I played the slots a little bit, but I just lost. I didn't win anything, and you didn't win anything on the table.
Yes. True Texan Girl says the Galveston Buc-ees will do that to you. Gotta respect the beaver. I have been respecting the beaver for a good chunk of my adult life. I'm not gonna lie, and that was that was a good
Charles
time.
Hahn said, question, when will the strawberry jam be ready? Asking for a friend.
Sharon, are you doing jam this year? Are you taking a year off? What's the price of strawberries? I think is going to be.
I always do strawberry jam around the holidays, but it'll be closer to Christmas. Usually we do like a Vlog-a-days in December as well. And last year we gave jam out for that last.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
A lot. Last year, all you did was jam, I think.
So we might do that again this year. And so anyways, Charles, if you think about it, I'll try to remember, but if you think about it around
closer to the holidays,
mid-December, send me an email or something, remind me, and I will let you know about the jam.
Okay, you'll keep them in the loop on the jam. That's good stuff. That is good stuff. Sharon, we got to do a shout out right now. Just one special one for one guy that shouts us out all the time. One of our names, both of our names, and I think he does it based on the fact that quite often in my mimicking of Ozzy Osbourne, and
Stephen
when I
Hall.
call you, I will say Sharon, and I'll yell that. I mean, if we're on a cruise and I need you and I see you, I will yell your name just in the same way that Ozzy would yell for his wife Sharon, and I will yell Sharon. So Stephen Hall out there, he's a super fan. What can I tell you? The dude is awesome. Comments all the time on the videos. I mean, the comments are literally just one of our names, but I know he's yelling it. And I love him for it. So thank you, Stephen. We appreciate that very much. Jim and Annette Tallman. Holy cow.
Oh, hello.
Hope you guys are doing great. I haven't seen you in a bit. Haven't heard much from you in a bit. So it's great to see and hear from you guys.
Beth
Hope that you're enjoying it.
Hollander said there's, go back up just a little bit.
Okay.
Oh, Desert Diamond West opens December 18th. They will have a Morton Steakhouse.
Well, I know you'll be eating there for free because I know how you roll at the casino, Beth. And I don't know if we could afford it because we'll spend too much money in the casino, and then we'll just have to go in and ask for a salad and an ice water at Morton Steakhouse. That'll be
somebody will spend too much in the casino.
Yes.
Carla McClendon says Port Canaveral gets a Caribbean Princess a day before Thanksgiving.
Oh, that's very nice.
Nice.
That's very nice. Howie Cruz says need Starlink. We thought about Starlink. We've seen it. We've heard some good things, but we are not fiber optic here. We are old school. We are on DSL, believe it or not. And I've told a friend of mine named John that we use DSL, and he laughs at me. He literally laughs at me as if I'm just using dial-up internet still from 1987.
A lot of people in our neighborhood have Cox cable, but it's always having issues. Like there's
at least 50% of them have Cox.
They're always posting things in our community that like their Cox cable
Yeah.
is out.
Yeah, their cocks is down and they can't get their cocks up
Oh my God.
and running.
Anyways.
It's ridiculous.
We might need Starlink one of these days though.
Yeah.
I like Starlink.
Yes, that's good. That's good. Yeah, we'll take DSL, maybe Starlink, but I'm not getting the cocks. I'm just gonna leave it at that. Just gonna leave it at that. Sky Harbor starting a vacation off right. Oh my God! Thank you, Charles. You're absolutely right. I just got off Wonder of the Seas. I missed it already. Dusty 77. Yeah, must have been a blast. You must have had a great time. I am missing. We are. It's funny. Sharon and I were talking about. We have really enjoyed our last couple of Royal Caribbean cruises. We had a blast on Icon of the Seas. It was fabulous and a great experience. I think I can speak for both of us to say that.
On Icon?
On Icon. I mean, it was just awesome at every turn, and we loved it. And we're looking forward to another cruise. We have another Royal cruise booked for next year, as a matter of fact. I don't know if we've talked about that one yet. Not a whole lot.
Not a lot, really.
Okay.
It's just out of California. The Ovation's coming over to California, so we're going to check that
but
out.
we're looking forward to that. But I think Sharon gets a rap that she doesn't like Royal, but really she just talks about the hiccups she's had from a travel agent perspective, dealing with them and how they handle situations. But that doesn't mean she can't book 100 Royal cruises for you. So make sure you keep her in mind when you're booking those cruises. Just because she says one cruise line's easier to work with, that's okay. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
That's like saying one restaurant's better than the other. We'll still go to all the restaurants.
Yeah. I don't know. It's just, it's not my favorite cruise line to cruise on, but they have, the newer ships have great entertainment, and I loved them.
So Tweety says, how did we get in on this jam? Well, I'll tell you what.
We'll have more information soon.
That's right. That's right. Crazy Cat Traveler said D&J say that Princess has great casino offers. I wouldn't know since I don't gamble. It's just what I heard. I don't know.
Stuff like that. But
we didn't spend a ton of cabbage on there because it was a shorter cruise and we were really just trying to get the
and the other thing. Well, another reason. Every time we went in there, it was literally packed. Like the one day I found a slot machine open.
Well, you had trouble climbing over the dirty ashtrays.
Well, and all the other times I went in there, I could not find a slot machine, not one, and there were no chairs at the tables. Like you would have really had to just squeeze in and stand, maybe at the craps table if you could even get in there. Like it was just packed. Yeah. I've never seen a casino that packed, and then it made it look small because there was just so many people in there. But hopefully our next Princess cruise won't be quite as crowded. We'll probably play more.
That's cool. Jim and Annette Thomas said our son took our key card and got us qualified for something, so we only had to pay $200 and then port charges. So for our 41st anniversary, we'll go on a 10-day cruise. Well, that is good. You should give your son your key card more often.
Yeah,
and can we give him our key card as well?
He probably went and played. Put some money in those slot machines.
John and Diamond say John wants to do a Royal again, but I don't know if I'll do it. We shall see. Oh, okay. Sounds like I got to get some dirt from Diamond. She may not be looking to get back on Royal. Let's see what happens. Well, Mary Barkley loved the Icon. Mary and Jack. Can't wait to see those guys.
No, I did love the Icon. And when we got back, I looked at booking the Star of the Seas. But the prices were already so high, kind of like the Icon got later on once it was out for a little while.
Yes.
And I don't care how great a cruise ship is, how much I like it. I am not spending that much money to go on a cruise.
Oh, that's
right. It doesn't mean enough to go spend that kind of money.
That is right.
Because the main thing that sets it apart is basically the entertainment, I think, on the new Royal ships. Because, the food's good, but you can get that same quality food on other cruise lines. So it's mostly the entertainment. And
that can ruin it for a new cruiser too. A new cruiser gets on Icon of the Seas and sees like the water show. I mean, you see those amazing, incredible shows that they're putting on there on the size ships that they have. And then you go on another ship and you're like, oh, what is this? Is like, it's like I went to a high school.
I always say, I don't think people should go on a brand new ship like that for their first cruise. I think you should take more of a mid-sized ship that has some nice things on it, but maybe not the really elaborate shows, and then kind of work your way up. Because I think if people go on that first, then every cruise after that, their standards are gonna be set high like that, and then they're just gonna end up not liking cruising, or it's I don't know.
That's right. Oh, Crazy Cat Tower said, "Are you doing vlog days this year, or
Oh.
just too much going on?"
We just kind of mentioned that about yeah, I thought about that the other day. We will do it again this year. We're gonna do the jam again this year. We might have some other things too, but the main thing will be the jam.
There you go. Yeah, Daniel Fields said, well, Daniel Fields would know. Him and Nancy would know. Princess doesn't have the amount of machines that Norwegian seems to have as far as availability. Yeah, you're right, because we heard people saying how big the casino was on Sun Princess. And
to us, it didn't seem that big compared to other ships. Yeah.
Didn't feel that big. So Crispy Cruisin says, question, did you have Princess Premier or Plus on the Sun? I'm not much of an alcohol drinker, but I love the premium cafe drinks. Is the Plus good enough? I'm going to Barcelona in 2026.
If you're not a big alcohol drinker, I would go with just the Plus. I wouldn't spend that extra money for the premium. We had the premium on our cruise, but that we actually booked the Plus, and to be honest, Princess kind of gave us the premium to try it out for it, and
yes,
put our comments out there on YouTube. So
hashtag keeping it real.
They got our comments, but I would personally, if you like specialty dining, the premium is something that a premier package is something that would benefit you, because you do get to eat in as many specialty restaurants as you want as well. But if it's just mainly for the coffee and that kind of thing, I would say go with the Plus. I personally would not pay again for the premier. We would just do the Plus going forward. And
I don't know much about the premium coffee drinks, but there was a lot of good coffee on the ship that probably would not have cost much extra. So that could be an option for you. And from the alcohol side, of the Plus versus the premium, the difference is just a $15 cap, like $15 per drink cap versus a $20 per drink cap. And I think did I tell the story before about my wine that I drank, where I was ordering wine and I thought it was included at $28 a glass, and turned out I had to pay the extra $10, $8 plus the gratuity for a couple glasses, and didn't catch it until later. And Sharon's like, "You buffoon."
But also price it out with just the cruise only and the Plus package to see if it would benefit you if you're just more of a coffee drinker, because it does also include your gratuities and the Wi-Fi and things like that as well. So when all that's included in the Plus package, if you're drinking just a few drinks or maybe some coffee drinks daily, it might still benefit you to get the Plus.
Yeah. So Tweety knows. I mean, she's got tons of content and videos. Make sure you go look her up. So Tweety on YouTube. She's a major Princess cruiser. She was on the Sun Princess the week after us, as a matter of fact. And she was saying that if you're not a big specialty dining consumer, Plus is great. Sounds like premium is BS with their inability to accommodate. That is a good point. You can get the premium and have access to the specialty dining, but if you don't do it in a timely fashion, you can't book the specialty dining you want to get to. So that could be a challenge for you.
Yeah. So
another. Yes. Dana Phil says on Princess Premium, I'm told is why the VPN works. Jamie, I don't know, Daniel. I don't. From what we understood, and maybe you can tell us differently. So Tweety.
Well, I know is that worked on other cruises.
The internet, it's either you have it or you don't, and just whatever package you have doesn't really make a difference.
Yeah, I know
the quality of your internet connection.
Well, I know the difference is the Plus package, you get one device per person, and with the Premier package, you get 4 devices per person. Which I'm like, who needs 4 devices per person? I mean, listen, I guess you could, like, if we had the kids, we could let them share it, obviously, and things like that. But if you're really just 2 people, I mean, maybe you'll have a second device, but who really is using 4 devices?
Well, I'll tell you what, the internet, to be positive on something, is the internet was fabulous.
I think it was the best internet we've had
the internet was awesome.
Ever, I think.
I mean, when we were on the Viva, NCL Viva not too long ago, and I tried to upload a video and literally could not. It would not happen. There was not enough bandwidth to even upload a video. But, and there was nothing particularly special about it. It wasn't 4K. It was just 1080p. quality and all that. And on Sun Princess, I got a video uploaded in like 2 hours.
Yeah,
was
it's
great.
Hands down the best Wi-Fi we've ever had. I mean, we've had great Wi-Fi on Royal too, but this was the best.
Yes.
Overall.
And which was weird because because the quality of my television, most of the channels wouldn't come in and they were all fuzzy and pixelated.
But yeah.
So let's see. Let's take your own booze. It's cheaper. Steve, you're breaking the rules when you do that. Don't you know that? I don't want you guys to get in trouble. You can't do that. Sue O'Connor said the Firenze had a great casino and it was very generous during our Halloween cruise. We won every night. Even my husband got a hand pay.
Wow.
Wow.
Lucky you.
Yes. That must have been his lucky. Oh, you said hand pay. Okay, I'm sorry. I wanted to make sure I understood that. I'm on fire tonight, Sharon. You know why? Because I'm a little bit tired and I'm a little bit weary from our big weekend. And you know what else we did this weekend? We've got a solid hour under our belts. We can go off topic a little bit. We went to Rock and Brews in El Segundo. Brews, not Brews like I'm hitting you, Brews, but BREWS. And Matthew and I went there for dinner with Gina and Matt, and we had a great meal. And it was so cool because I realized that this Rock and Brews, these restaurants, they're all about rock and roll. So they had great music playing there and lots of sports on TV. So it was the perfect hangout. And it's owned by Gene Simmons and Paul Stanley of Kiss. They are part owners of this conglomerate, of this restaurant chain. So that was very cool too. So that's another fun thing that we did this weekend. Besides watching the Chargers break the hearts of all the Bengal fans in that stadium after the team came back and then fell short, which is usually what my Chargers would have done in previous years. So in Harbaugh we trust, and that's all I'm going to say about that. Gene and Paul are selling Rock and Brews. They're selling it. Well, maybe they are to make some money because Gene Simmons of Kiss is always looking to make a buck. So, Sharon, what else do you want to cover tonight? I know you got a lot going on. We already gave a shout out early on to Maxwell for his birthday. Thank you everyone for saying happy birthday to Maxwell. Birthway. What's your preferred birthway? No. So that was very cool. Robin 407 said, hey everyone, been in the bushes for a long time, but want to pop on and say hi, and thanks for all the great content. Well, thank you, Robin 407. Come on out of the bushes and say hi. It is funny. Listen, we'll talk about that sometimes. Let's jump into this really quick. I mean, we're lucky enough to say, okay, there's 176 people out there watching right now. Sometimes in these days, listen, that's a fine number. On a Monday, people are busy. There's football on and all that. We're getting towards the holidays. Thanksgiving's right around the corner. So we're happy as heck to have you guys here. But we know sometimes you see about the same 35 or 40 names commenting, and there's a lot of other people that are just watching and don't comment. So please come out and say hi. As a matter of fact,
sometimes I'll get emails from people and they'll say, oh, I saw that it's on your live show. But they'll actually tell me that they just either don't know how to comment, or sometimes they'll say they're kind of like afraid to comment because I don't know why. Because,
get in there and comment.
They feel like people know each other and they're kind of new in there. I don't know what it is, but it's just kind of funny.
Mm-hmm. How that works.
Yeah, how it all works.
Well, listen, do us a favor here before we get out of here tonight. And hi, Rhonda Carney, I see you out there. Great to see you. Thank you, George Davies. We appreciate it. Before we get out of here, something that we've done in the past we don't always do is let us know in the comments if you learned anything new tonight. Maybe you learned something new from your peers that are commenting or chatting, in the chat here on YouTube. Maybe Sharon said something. I mean, I'm always learning something when Sharon opens her mouth and starts talking. So maybe you learned something new. So tell us, what did you learn new in the live stream that you didn't know when you got here? So let us know that before we get out of here, and then we'll see.
Someone said, Chris and Jones Travels. Hi, we are here tonight.
Hello, Chris and Joan. Lovely to see you guys. Daniel Field says, and then some people over comment. Oh, you can never over comment.
Debbie Range.
That's right. Debbie Range is in there.
She's
Debbie and Clark, what's up?
Chargers.
Oh, you like that one, huh? Well, they're still happy because their Cardinals beat our Chargers, but So maybe we'll see them again. Let's say Cardinal,
Julie
Chargers,
says,
Super Bowl.
can't wait to see all of the New Year's Eve cruise. Yeah, we're really looking forward to that that cruise. They'll be here before we know it.
Beverly Juka's got a great question. Do you usually try to have a pre-meetup for all your upcoming cruises? When you go on the Elation next spring, I live close to Jacksonville Port, so it'd be fun to meet you guys. Beverly, sometimes that can be tough because usually we come in the day before.
It kind of depends. I mean, some cruises we do a meetup, or some cruises, a lot of the people will stay at the same hotel, but we don't always know until closer. And with that particular one, if we do one, I'll keep you in mind, but also reach out to me before then as well. Kind of remind me, because we will be coming in the day before. We do have a hotel booked that night before, but we have not booked our area for that particular sailing. It's funny, we have our flight home, but we don't have our flight there yet.
We do things kind of ass backwards.
Hey, we got a great price on the flight home. That's why. But
I think one issue is that since we fly from Arizona all the time, and with the time difference, 2 or 3 hours, depending on what time of the year it is, by the time we get there, it's usually a lot later. There's usually a stopover, so we don't get there till 4, 5, 6 o'clock at night.
It just depends on the time we get in. Once we get our flights, if we get in earlier in the day, then we'll probably plan something. If we don't get in till
there we go.
Late in the afternoon, early evening, then we probably won't. So
there you go. Let's see, what do we have? I learned that Bubba's 33 was the winner, said Daniel Fields. That's right. I learned that I'm not the only one that does not comment. Chica, what's up? Great to see you. I learned it's Maxwell's birthday today. That's right, Mary Ellen Dillon. Thank you. We appreciate it. I learned I need to get to Bubba's to Beth. Oh yeah, Beth. We gotta go. Yeah. We'll go there. Let's go there. Let's plan it here. Maybe we can sneak it in before the holidays. I learned that we can convince you guys to come back on Royal with us. Listen, we don't need any convincing. It just has to be, time, place, dollars, cents, all that stuff. I learned that I want a mango margarita, said Bonnevie Vacations. Yeah. Very, very true. Make sure you give Sharon and Jamie a big thumbs up for the great stream. Thank you, so Tweety. We appreciate that. I learned that Princess Plus is good enough for me. Thanks, guys. Crispy Cruising, thank you. We hope you have a great experience. I learned Maxwell had a birthday. Happy birthday, Maxwell. To Deborah A. 1999. Learn that you got a beautiful new painting, said Julie Amos. There you go. I don't know how new it is, but it's new to the stream, and that's new enough for us, isn't it, Julie?
Yeah, it's actually not new, but it's new. It's got a new home behind us now. It was somewhere else in the house, but we made some swaps. We made a swap.
Carla McClendon said, I learned that at least 50% of your neighbors have cocks. Internet, that is. Oh, Carla, I love you. I love you. I can't wait to see you again. I learned the Chargers made Jamie very happy. That's right. This is me after a big win. And
you should see him after a loss, though. You don't want to be around him.
And so it's funny. So I was talking to Sharon. I'm like, Sharon, we got to go live tonight. Sharon said, you're driving back from Los Angeles. You're going to be exhausted. Because I just got home at like 4 o'clock our time, or actually by about 4:30 our time, and 7 o'clock our time is when the stream started. So I said, yeah. And Sharon goes, well, we can just go live next Monday, right? It'll be okay. I said, no. Next Monday, Chargers are playing the Ravens on Monday Night Football.
I'm like, oh.
So we will not be live. You do not want to have me live here if my team's on TV. That's just a dedication. So that is the deal. Beauty and the Bum Travel says, home from the board meeting, start the whole show over. All right, Larry, we'll do that for you. Okay. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the live stream. I'm Jamie, and this is Sharon. To my left, on your right. Thanks for joining us. I just thought of something. Have you guys ever done Panama Canal? We have not.
No.
We had one planned with our friends Tony and Jenny from A Little Look at one point, and that did not work out. So we would definitely have to do another.
I think we had 2 different ones booked, and neither one during the pandemic worked out. So it's kind of on the back burner right now, but it'll come back around.
Kathy all said, I learned Jamie likes to drive and Sharon likes to fly. I learned I'm going to be much closer to a Buc-ee's very soon. That's right. Oh, and also Roger learned that Mazatlan 2.0 is on for the new year. Oh man, Roger, if we do that again, I don't know the amount of trouble we could get in. Well, I do know the amount of trouble we could get in, and it's not very good. And if you know, and that's all I can tell you. But I mean, if you've ever heard two grown men sing Sweet Caroline at the top of our voices in the main dining room on a cruise.
Oh my gosh.
That was us. That's all I can tell you. Let's see. Just give Sharon a fresh strawberry margarita. That usually works out, but Larry, you missed it. She had the best mango margarita at Bubba's 33.
I don't think anyone can ever make this one. I'm gonna have to just go back there and hope that the same bartender. Because
Yes.
you could get another bartender at the same restaurant, and it could not be as good.
Outstanding question from North to Neverland. No. The question is, does everyone know everyone on the group cruises?
No.
They don't.
No. And now, well, our group cruises now, there's a lot of times there's a few people that are on there that know people from past group cruises, but that's maybe half the people or so. We always get half or more people that are either it's their first group cruise with us or they don't know anyone. But after they go on the group cruise, it's like they become friends. They meet new people, and a lot of people socialize. They find people that kind of live by them, and they socialize with them outside of cruising now sometimes just from meeting them on a group cruise. So
yeah. Many people in this chat are familiar with each other because they've met one way or another on a group cruise. And that's one of the coolest things. There's really not a better feeling than we get than having a group cruise where other people go, they meet other people, they become friends, and then we know of them hanging out together socially on their own because they live near each other or they're crossing paths somewhere.
But everyone
in their
is
travels
always
something like that.
very welcoming and friendly on a group cruise. They're great. Good.
But yes, because you can do as much as or as little as you want. We have met some awesome people on group cruises that hung out a few times with us, but they were there with friends or family, and they just did their own thing, and they jumped into the group when they wanted to, when it worked for them, and then they did their own thing, and that's how it is. You can come on the group and say hi to us on the first day and bye to us on the last day, and that's 100% acceptable.
That's happened
there's
before.
nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
Literally has happened before. So you can totally do that. And the only thing that we want to know is that you had a great time doing whatever you were doing on the cruise. So so that's how it is. So don't be afraid if you're like, oh, I don't want to go on the group because all these people know each other. They only know each other because they went on the group when they didn't, and now they do. And that could happen for you if you wanted to.
Yeah. Everyone's welcome, and we love having new people come along and meeting new people.
Debbie Range right here says, love group cruises for meeting new peeps. First time I met Debbie was going to get coffee in the morning on Navigator of the Seas. And she said hi.
Wasn't a group cruise.
No, that was just on a random cruise. I met her there, said hi. We chatted for 5 minutes and went about our ways. And I might have run into her one more time and said hi again. I think I might have met Clark, her husband, during that time real quick as well. They were mostly in the casino, if I recall. And they definitely were in the casino. And that was it. And then they came on a group cruise again, and we met them another time. And then, and now we're friends, and it's super cool. So there you have it. Wendy Johnson says, just tell Sharon we will take it down about 25%.
Oh, see, you're doing the bum travel? Larry said. Case in point, Brand Horse came to my games last weekend in St. Louis.
There you go.
So they met on a group cruise and they became friends. They live, not too far from each other, and they see each other outside of cruising as well.
Yep. Misty Williams, what's up? This question: do you think there'll be many kids on the April 14 Bahamas cruise? Oh, is that one? That's the one that we have going on, right? Or is that a different one, or just one in general?
In general.
Okay.
There might be, that is still spring. There probably will be several kids. That is still spring break in some areas. Spring break is mid-March through probably like the third week of April usually in most East Coast, West Coast, middle. Everyone has it a little bit different time during that time frame. So there's always going to be more kids on board during those 2 months because of spring break.
That's right.
Yeah, so there'll be some kids. So if you're hoping for kids because you have kids, then you're good. If you don't want to be around kids, then might be a little.
You can still make your way to avoid those kids.
Yeah, but there's
Yes. Steve Morales said group cruises are the bomb. Met some great people. Yeah, why no? We met, well, it wasn't even a group cruise, but we met Steve and Ruth on a cruise years ago. I think I saw him again when I see him in Vegas, I think. And hopefully we see him again on a cruise. So it'll be super cool. Carla says, I met a lot of my friends on group cruises. It's a great time, and you make lifelong friends.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly right. Missy Williams says, Liberty of the Seas.
Huh.
So there you go. Hold on. Was that a follow-up to a question? Did I just miss something? I remember I just mentioned Missy's. Okay, yes. April 14 behind the cruise.
Yeah. I'm sure there'll be kids on that cruise.
Yeah, it's Royal. Royal does a good job, so people go on there.
on
So
that.
there'll be some little ones for the other little ones. There's no such thing as an outsider on a group cruise. Everyone's welcome and part of the group. Excellent point. Julie Amos. Solo cruiser, although sometimes she brings her son, Matt, with her. And he's an awesome young man. And so we met her. And now she's been on group cruises with us and a half dozen other people. And she's like a group cruising aficionado. She's like, Sharon will talk to her and she'll find out that Julie's going on like 4 other group cruises somewhere. She's going all over the joint.
Yeah,
So
she loves to cruise.
that's right. But I think we were her first group cruise. And I will always hold that fact near and dear to my heart, Julie. Okay. So don't ever forget that. Remember, people like us are just like, you come with us and you have fun. That's exactly right. Yep. Sharon is the best at making group cruises so much fun, even when you're hurt, said Jim and Annette Tallman. Oh, I know, right? And it doesn't matter. And you'll meet people like Jim that'll tell you his joke about Annette and he always needs to catch her with a net or something like that. And so everyone's having a good time, making jokes, having a blast. Quick question. Does bring a child on board count as solo cruising?
Where are you?
Oh, quick question. So Tweety said, does bringing a child on board count as solo cruising?
Oh,
I don't know about that.
I would, if you have a child with you, I wouldn't say it's solo
Hold on.
cruising.
Are you announcing right here on the live stream that you're pregnant? Is that what's happening, so Tweety? I don't know why I just thought of that. I'm sorry. I just jumped to conclusions there. I don't want to start any rumors. I'm just saying. Were you trying to say that your husband's immature? I don't know where you're going with that question. But technically, if you are with a child, then you're not a solo cruiser.
No.
You are cruising with someone else because you know that child's paying full rates. That's for sure.
But I guess if you're looking at it like you're the adult and you don't have another adult with you, you're kind of solo in that respect.
Yes.
Then I get what you're saying. Then you're kind of solo,
Yes.
kind of solo.
So, Tweety, that is
solo
ridiculous. Your follow-up comment there, girl. That is just ridiculous. Look at this. No, ridiculous. Jamie, thank you for sharing Julie Amos with the rest of us. Jane and Reed. Let's see. I took my teenage son and was kind of solo. Yeah, see, Bonneville will tell you. Yeah, that is a good thing. If you bring a kid, they go their separate ways.
I guess if you look at it like that, the kid's not around. They're always in the kids club or doing their own thing. Then you're kind of solo by yourself. So I guess you can consider yourself solo.
Yes. I see Shayna's comment about she said, I don't know the details, but I'm praying for the Rinaldos.
Yeah.
Yes.
Totally.
You know what? Actually, they put a lot of stuff online, so I think it's okay to say if you know Chris and Kelly Rinaldo, good friends of ours, friends within the cruising community. Not too long ago, a few weeks back, their son and his fiance were in a terrible accident. They lost the life of his fiance, and Evan, their son, is in the hospital, healing up, getting better, but it's going to be a long, long road to recovery. And if you look up Chris Rinaldo or Kelly Rinaldo online, and there's some information posted that you can probably find about some things that they're doing to help out financially for Evan and the long road ahead. And it's a horrible story and terrible things that shouldn't happen to great people, but unfortunately those things happen. So keep your eyes peeled for that. And if you know those guys, give them a little love and support. And I'm glad you brought it up. It's tough, but you see the comment, you don't want to ignore the comment. And so we're thinking of those guys. We love them to death. And we just saw them a few weeks ago before this happened on our Stone Princess
just
cruise.
a week.
Yeah, so that's right. Prayers to the Rinaldos. And we love those guys. And we hope to see them again. And we hope that they can. The healing process is beginning physically, mentally, spiritually. It'll be a tough road, but they're strong, great people, and they have a great family and support system. So we love them. We love them. Thank you guys. Yes, great comments there. Great comments for those guys. So there you have it. So Sharon, solid live stream for the fact that we were barely even planning to have one as of this morning. You did a great job as usual. Great information. We appreciate all the comments, guys. Thanks for joining us. And we might have 1 or 2 more Sun Princess videos to come out now. I know I slacked off. I was in Virginia for 14 days. 6 of those days while I was gone, I got a couple videos out, but 6 of those days I was driving. It's very hard to drive down the I-40 and edit a video at the same time. It's nearly impossible. And of course, this weekend, the only thing I was editing was how many Miller Lights I was drinking compared to how much nacho dip I was consuming. Yes, that is right. That is right, guys. Great comments there. Appreciate it. So it's been awesome. Thank you so much for joining us. Sharon, why don't you wrap it up and take us out of here tonight?
Yeah, so we'll, what's next weekend? That's the week before Thanksgiving.
It is.
So the Monday after Thanksgiving, I guess
we'll be back.
That'd be like, what, Cyber Monday, I guess.
That's right.
Yeah,
and
we'll
this chubby face right here after Thanksgiving, I'll look a little bit more like that, hopefully, if we have a lot of turkey as we get ready. So remember, if you're booking a cruise, contact Sharon. Will you? sharonatsea@gmail.com. Any cruise line, out of any cruise port, to any cruise destination, anywhere, she can do it for you. And yes, Royal, do it. Virgin Voyages, do it. Whatever. NCL, Holland America, Princess, Carnival, Azamara, Viking
Disney.
Cruises, Disney Cruise Line. She can do it all. She's trained. She is skilled. She's been doing it for years and years. Thousands of cruises booked, and she can help you out too. And if you're new to the channel, just search Sharon at Sea. You'll see all of her credentials. It's all over the internet. But you guys have been fabulous. Thank you for joining us. And until next time, from all of us here at Sharon Sea Travel, to all of you, from me, from Sharon, from Matthew, from Callie, from Lucy, and did I miss anybody? And from Nautical Nurse Nancy. Thanks for being there tonight, Nancy. And Leanne wasn't here, but I felt terrible because sometimes, now that we don't do these regular live streams, I totally space it. Yeah. These guys aren't 100% sure when we're going to go live, when we're not. So, Nancy, we love you to death.
Thank you, Nancy.
Thank you for everything. As always, you and Anthony. Hope everything's going good down in Florida with the cleanup. And tell them. No, don't. Tell them whatever you want.
I'm not going to say that.
Okay. All right.
All right. Good night, everyone. And we'll see you in 2 weeks and probably before then in another video.
That's right. Thanks for the support. We love you. Peace out. Have a great time. Enjoy your holiday season. Good night, everyone.
Okay? And stay safe and eat lots of turkey. Enjoy Thanksgiving.
Right.